that good for you? Maybe lose one like that to
Well, there,
to learn something?
it was another learning experience, and that's what we were trying to do down here. This was a great run of games and experiences for these young people, and we kind of died. We didn't have it physically, but the lesson I told them that you walk away from, there's no birthright to be on that court. You got to play with energy, and you got to compete. If you don't, you're not playing. Either your group won't play as much, or you won't play as much. It's just how it is. So there's no like, well, today I'm not going to play and I'm still getting 20 minutes. No. Or I'm still getting, no. It's, you may get 5 minutes. I mean, you got to bring it. And this was the first game where we had guys, without, no competitive spirit. But it's easy to say 6 games in 8 days. It was a tough run.
What happened with Alex there? He was out.
He was exhausted. I told him before the game, the way he played yesterday, play 5 minutes today. Play 10 minutes today. Don't go out there and not play. Don't hurt your team. Just don't play. We've got other guys that want to play. And so, he was tired. He just pulled himself, which was fine.
John, Tyler Eulis was the point guard down the stretch at the top.
Didn't matter. Either one of them could have been the point guard. I don't know why Robes had it the way he did. But, you may have wanted to have Andrew where he could get into a pick and roll and create a shot for somebody else. I don't know. Bigger, see through his zone, even late clock. Andrew threw a great lob to Marcus Lee, and Marcus didn't jump. Like, he just walked and hooked at it. Again, I don't know if it's because he was exhausted, but it was exactly the right play.
You mentioned hustle, and there were several guys diving for balls.
Yeah.
Tyler, Booker.
But again, when you're playing units, it only takes 1 or 2 guys not to be competitive. And this guy dives that guy's, but you watch. Okay, then they get the ball and they go down and make it 3. We had 3 one-handed rebounds that led to fouls or baskets for them, which could have led to baskets for us that made it 15-16 instead of 8-9. And my fault. No, I don't. There's stuff that won't happen during the year. The other thing, late, you don't really have stuff in. You don't have side out of bounds in. You don't have baseline out of bounds in. You don't have, all right, a late clock shot. What are we taking? We don't even have that stuff in. So none of that bothered me. The missed shot, the lob was the right play. The missed free throws. I mean, what I wanted them to do is Carl on offense to Kari on defense. They put them both in together where they can't guard. So now they score, and then they leave Carl in on defense, and Carl can't. He got screened. His man scored. So, but that's all. That's why I said I'm not worried about it. It was a great trip. It would have been nice if someone made a shot or made a play, and would you walk out with a 4-point win. But in a way, this is probably the best thing, which tells you if you're not ready to play, either you or your unit will be out. There's no given that you're going to play 4 or 5 minute stretch. It may be a minute and a half stretch. You're out. We go back to the other group.
What was your overall impression of Tyler on this trip? Obviously, it didn't go great for him down the stretch today, but yesterday with a big stop.
No, he was good. He was good. You want him to make every play, but Andrew was terrific. Andrew's game yesterday was unbelievable. I mean, what he did yesterday. So you got 2 guys, but again, we need them at times to say so-and-so doesn't need to be in right now. Just get him out, because he's hurting our unit. And we have enough guys we can do that.
Did you expect Tyler to be a guy, he can handle and pass and defend, to be a guy that could hit 9 of his first 12 threes here on this trip?
Well, I didn't look at any stats. I haven't looked. I'm watching guys play. I'm watching what we're doing together. You could tell me one game somebody said, well, Marcus Lee had 14 and 8. I would have had no idea. All I know is he's playing well. And then when a guy doesn't compete or doesn't talk, I'm seeing that. I'm not looking at numbers. So it's good that he had that kind of start. I'm glad Aaron and Andrew look better.
I've heard you say many times that you don't want a January team in November. So what kind of an August team do you think you have at this point?
Oh, it's an August team that's in good condition. You saw when we had to execute, we weren't able to. When we had to get ball movement, we don't have enough in. When we needed out of bounds plays to score, we don't have anything in. So we're an August team that's in good shape, physically. And when you're playing 10 guys, you're in physical shape to play half a game. And they were. If they had to play 30 minutes, I'm not sure they could have done it.
Wrap it up, guys.
I know you said this team is ahead of schedule than teams you've had in previous years. Is it because they have a greater sense of urgency now to, get things going as quickly as possible?
No, I think they share the ball. They figured out how to share the ball more than any other team I've had this early. Where most guys, you got ball stoppers trying to do their thing, trying to figure out who they are, versus move it, get it, and make plays easy for each other. And when we do that, we're real good. When we don't do that, we're like everybody else. So this team has picked it up pretty good.